I've tried to take on the speech from when I met him at university, and Richard was when he knew him when he was younger. So, first of all, just to say a few thank yous. Thank you to obviously Frankie's dad, Dean, and Mr. Bolton, who've had brilliant speeches so far. So, thank you very much. And also just a big thank you to Frankie for looking after Dean, our good friend Smudge, who needs looking after. So I really appreciate that, because I spent quite a few years looking after him, so it's good for someone else. So thank you very much. After 10 years of knowing Smudge, so I met in 2003, pre-season training at Bath University. We've both been released from our clubs. I turned up, and I'm sure you've been to many weddings before, and you've heard this said loads of times, where you never would expect this to happen, or you never really would meet a beautiful woman such as Frankie, then to love him and cherish him and actually marry him. This is why I so I just thank you very much, Frankie, because it's to take on this. And this is what he looks like now. Now, what I wanted to do is two parts of the speech. I'll do this bit and then a second bit. But I'm just trying to, I'm going to give you 5 top tips for looking after Smudge. So you all know my friend Smudge is a bit of a warrior. Anyone that knows him panics about a lot of things, even this morning at breakfast. Yesterday, trying to put his out of office on for his work. What am I going to do? Someone emailed me, so we sorted that for him. He's a bit of a warrior. So what I've done, I've got kind of a toolkit for you, Frankie. So these are a few pictures of our time in Bali. Mosquitoes, very scared of them. Even though he had malaria tablets and all the jabs that he needed, still worried. I just thought I'd put this in, it's nothing to do with it, but he was sulking on a little boat. One of our good friends, Matthew, didn't give him suntan lotion. It was quite hot that day. Neil, who was there, could vouch for that. That's a fact. So what I've done for your honeymoon, I've got you some sunblock, some mosquito spray. Well, so I'll give that to Frank to look up, because he'll probably forget it. Another thing about being safe and being quite cautious, which I think Smudge is, and all the people in here that know him. When you're on holiday, and there was a kind of a memorable holiday that we had after we graduated in Bali. 4 or 5 weeks we were there, quite a bit of a party island. We were young, 23, 24, so you'd expect us to be going out every night. But not Smudger. He often sat around the table and often suggested, should we stay in tonight, lads? Get a nice clean pair of pants on, a little bit of towel. Do you fancy a DVD?
Oh God,
just in case this happens in Singapore, I've got you your favourite film notebook. Some nice talcum powder. And a nice clean pair of pants.
You'll wear them.
Imagine I flashed that up. I would like to say deliberately, but it wasn't. Referring to Richard's story about Alton Tower Strip, it's also got double purposes. So if you don't use it in Singapore, I thought it'd be good for Frankie's handbag. Just in case he has a little accident on a strip out of Westfield or something like that. There's a picture again of Dean on a few nights out. This is actually my house in Bath. This is on a night staying in Bali. without mentioning one of the most obvious things and one of Dean's biggest features. So myself and Bolt and Richard organising a stag do, I had kind of an idea that organising like a little programme, almost like when you go to a football game, would be a good idea, an icebreaker, so people who don't know each other can get to know each other and how they met Smudge. So 15 lads, 12 or 13 that actually attended, a few that didn't come, Steph. Cancelled the day before. 15 lads, 200 words, so I can't work out the maths, but in pretty much the 4th or 5th sentence of every single 200 words, they mention the size of Smudge's head. To quote Sturman, I first met Smudger in an assembly. There were 500 people in the room, and Smudger stood out for his massive head. To quote James Edgley, I met Smudger at a trial-stroke interview day for the University of Bath. I immediately thought, given that intelligence is often linked to the size of a person's cranium, that he would be an interesting, articulated, intellectual man, how I was foolishly mistaken. So the list goes on. But hopefully, Frankie, Smudger, your children won't have the same features. However, I have spoken to MI5, I've given Frankie's and Smudger's photos, and I've managed to mock up possibly a child of yours. I'll leave that up for a bit longer. I'm going to show you a little picture of Dean in his speedos, as he was telling us all through the trip. It was 3 days, but this only took 4 weeks. A nice picture of him having a fight with a cage fighter on Bath. I've got one more thing to say. There's a few bits I'd quite like you to join in with if you can. So watch out for the cues. This is a song I'm going to sing for you.
Oh God.
It's dedicated to Smudger and Frankie. Sorry if they're muted. Went to university about 16. Driving his Fiesta, he thought he was a boy. Met Smudger on the bus. Okay, I screwed all night. Smudger's so brave. I know that Smudger's got a big head. Oh, yes, he do. The question for Frankie just must go worry. It's coming at me. I remember back in Bali when his drink was right. There used to hold your hand over your but I know that you worry, but that is okay. Oh yes you do. But I know that you just no point regretting that you're no point regretting that you're not very bad. So many laughs, but when I look at our time, I'm so glad that Smudger is so fine. I remember chasing Smudger when he was a West Ham. Him, Canno, were on my own. Said this Smudger for 21 nights. Looking up to Smudger is a horrible sight. But I know that he's only got one head. Wherever Smudge goes, that he'll be dancing to the two-step. Come on, everyone, let's do the two-step. For Smudger and Frankie, I remember Smudge calling me one summer's night. He said he met a girl and that she was so right. He said she looked so lovely and she's also nice. He said he'd marry her without thinking twice, yeah. She is so lovely that it'll be Smudge and Frankie now. Wherever Smudge goes, then he'll be thinking of Frankie now. Her name is Frankie, she is so lovely, and he'll be Smudge and Frankie now. Wherever Smudge goes, then he'll be thinking of Frankie now.
Is that it?